This is the Village Podcast. I am Mendel Miller.
I'm Kia Davis.
And I'm Tamisha Williams. We're back with episode 17 of The Village.
Yes, happy first Friday, guys.
The first Friday of the new year.
Yes, happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy
Bye,
New Year.
2020. Go somewhere. So for this episode, we decided to try something a little different. And we reached back to the village. We are looking at 2020 and we asked the village to share with us some lessons that you learned and that you're carrying into 2021 with you. And we got quite a bit of feedback, and I'm super excited to kind of go through and share these lessons learned, and hopefully they will touch someone in the village.
I agree. So we're going to get started?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to start with, first I'm going to say that I have changed a couple of names. So when you hear the names, they're not all truthful names. So you'll hear that, you'll hear my genius name scheme. You'll catch on.
People ask you to change their names?
Yeah, some people ask me to change their names. So
to protect the innocent.
Yes, to protect the innocent. I have May, who said that she played nice to keep the peace, and she's no longer gonna play nice. She's gonna be the bigger person. She said she played nice to keep the peace and played nice to be the bigger person to understand the person, and she's no longer gonna play nice.
Okay, May.
She said life is too short. It's either her way or the highway, and you either for me or against me, and there's no in between.
Well, okay, May. I guess 2020 showed May something serious.
It was real rough. It was real rough.
It was real in the field. So I will say that being a middle child, and if you know anything about what people say about the oldest, the youngest, and the middle child, I kind of understand being the peacemaker, the one who tries to make sure that everyone is okay, is nice, is happy. And that can be taxing and tiring because at times, no one's caring about whether or not you're happy while you're so busy worrying about everyone else being at peace and being happy. So I kind of get where May comes from a little bit with that. And life is short, May. 2020 definitely taught us that life is short.
And I agree with you, Kia, and with May, because let me how I'm going to rephrase this. I used to be that peaceful person, being nice just to keep the peace, but so much has changed in my life that I want to be happy at all times. I want to be at peace. And sometimes for me to be at peace, other people are not at peace. And I'm okay with that. I'm doing more to keep me at peace and myself happy. So I had to learn how to stop being that peacemaker for everyone else.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
It's hard. It's difficult, especially if you've done it all your life. Yes,
over 25 years because I'm only 26. So
okay.
25 years of doing that. Mendel, no, stop lying. So. That's not flying.
With your kid in college? I don't know about that one. I don't know about that.
Come 26. But God.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. It's difficult. But yeah. Mendel.
I'm listening to that one. I'm listening to that one. Yeah, I'm listening.
So I'll go then. I have one.
Okay.
Yes.
From Michelle, who says one of the biggest lessons that she learned this year is to step out on faith and put it into action. She says she found herself saying it often, but she was never doing it. And so it's probably, she says, one of the most life-changing steps that she could have ever taken. And that hit because we hear it all the time. Step out on faith, step out on faith. I'm stepping out on faith, but you're still doing the same thing you did before. So where is the action, the actual stepping out on faith? I think 2020 was definitely a time for people to try something new or different than what they'd done before, because I'm sure more than half of us were put in situations during 2020 that we'd never been in before. So I'm with Michelle. I like that. I'm so happy. I know her personally, so I'm so happy that she did put that action behind her stepping out on faith, because she did have some great doors open for her in 2020.
Way to go, Michelle.
That is. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
And it's hard to actually put that action behind it. Like a lot of people, like you said, say it, but they don't actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been guilty of that. I'll say it, but then I don't put a lot of action behind it.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to step out there.
Yeah. It's the uncertainty that gets you, and you have the familiarity of all that you've experienced or you've done, or if it's a job, you know, on the 1st and the 15th, this is going to happen. You know, sometimes on Tuesdays, your boss might be in a little funky attitude. So, you know, Tuesday's the lay low day, that, you know, all of that is familiar to you, and to step out, you're stepping into the unknown.
Yeah, it's tough. It's something that people, you know, you kind of struggle with. I'm sure what 2020 did for a lot of people, though, was cause you to consider the fact that at any moment things could change. So any moment. So let's do it.
And Medea, I'm glad you said that, because that's gonna take me to my next person, April. Miss April said, just do it. Whatever it is, go get what you want. So that goes right into her. She's like, whatever you want, this is the time to do it. This has been a life-changing year for a lot of people. And this is the time to, okay, I'm gonna try this. We all been home, we're home for months. And you know, time to change, try new things. And Miss April said, whatever it is, just do it.
So I think about people with dreams, because I would venture to say everyone has some type of dream, something that they aspire to or would love to do. And I would venture to say that a lot of people are not doing whatever it is that is their dream. And so that just do it, whatever it is, it takes me to you have a dream, you have a goal, you have something you want to do, go ahead. Like Michelle said, put some action behind your stepping out on faith. Like April said, do it, whatever the it is. You want to write a book? Start. Start writing the book. You want to open a business? Start. It's okay. Like, I don't know and so I say all of this to say, I think about the people who don't, and, you know, just what it's like kind of sitting in whatever situation you're in, knowing you haven't pursued or you're not pursuing what it is that really drives you or could drive you. I don't know. It's just a thought that came into my head when you said, just do it, whatever it is.
And Miss April also said, let people help you, whatever that looks like for you, whatever that help is for you, let people help you.
Yeah.
And I love that, but that is so hard to do. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a difficult one. I've gotten better at it because of my situation, but that is so difficult to do.
Superwoman.
I no longer have the cape. I
You
burned
have it. It's not always on.
Yes.
You still have
there you
your
go.
cape. Yes.
I think sometimes that's hard to do, not because you don't want help from other people, but because you're sometimes disappointed. Because I know for me, look, if I am planning to do it, I know I'm going to do it. But if I'm dependent on this one, and this one, they may not show up. In fact, they didn't show up.
Yep.
And I ended up having to do it myself. So just save myself some time. Let me just
do it.
I am currently in a position now in my professional life where I cannot. When I was a classroom teacher, I did everything. I depended on Mindell. But I'm in a position now where I have to depend on the help of other people. I cannot do what I need to do without help from other people. So I understand what she's saying. And yes, you do need to get to that place where you enlist the help of other people. But I understand. I understand a lot of times it feels easier just to do it yourself.
And the flip to that, Mendel, is okay, so they show up, they do it, but then you have the people who throw it in your face.
Yes.
Well, I helped you win. Or remember when you need? Whoa. Whoa, that's not why I asked for the help. That's not why I came to you for help. Not so that it can be thrown back in my face.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that's the issue. That's the issue I really have right there.
Yeah. I've experienced that too. Yes. Yeah. I understand that. But yeah, it is important to get help.
Yes. So let's see. Sorry, y'all, I'm gonna have to put my phone closer to my face. Don't ask. Okay, we'll go with Denisha. Denisha says, in 2020, she was reminded and learned many lessons. One reminder is to be grateful during the good and challenging times. Focusing on those good things were sometimes just the inspiration that she needed to make it through. So I like that, especially with what we experienced in 2020. It seemed like every time you turned around, it was something catastrophic happening. And what were the memes going around with the aliens? Like, get ready, we up next. Like December is our month. The alien invasion was coming. Like it just seemed like every month something was happening that made everybody kind of look like, what now? What next? And so thinking about the positive, focusing on those good things and using that as inspiration to push through those tough times, I think is good.
And it's something I had to do several times this year. Being at home, I was like really stuck at home, couldn't go anywhere. And the closest I got to human involvement was going outside, watching the people Walmart unload their trucks. So, that human contact, I was losing it. And I had to be like, okay, I'm grateful that I'm not getting exposed. I'm able to stay home. It was difficult, but I had to know what I was giving up.
Yes.
To be safe.
Yeah. We have so much to be thankful for. So much. We have, most of us, we have running water.
Yes.
I know what it is to have to go somewhere else to get water. So just something as seemingly insignificant as that. We have so much to be thankful for. That's something that we always have to be mindful of. We're very fortunate, particularly in this country. Very, very fortunate.
Yes.
No reason whatsoever to complain. None.
Denisha also talked about being able to adapt and how everything looked different from work to church to school for her children. Everything was different. So being able to kind of embrace that change helped her. And I think if we all take a step back and look at it, we made it through, we adapted, we adjusted, we embraced that change. And now look at what has come from it. Look at what we can do with our podcast just from embracing that change.
Yep.
Sometimes change is good.
Sometimes it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is.
And with that change, a lot of people found new ways to do what they've been doing and never thought of that they have to do it differently.
Yep.
Like, oh, wait a minute, this even works out a little better than what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
creativity.
Yes.
Yeah.
It caused us, Mendel, you said, and of course it wasn't this episode because we just started, but when thinking about or talking with kids, what types of problems do you want to solve? That is what happened a lot in 2020. Mm-hmm. We were all faced with problems that had to be solved, and we put in that work and that effort, and we solved them in kind of creative ways. Look at virtual family reunions and things like that people had never thought of doing in the past. It was just, well, my cousin lives in California and she can't come, so we just won't see her this time. And now look at us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, that just hit me.
Yeah, mm-hmm. That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and those kinds of things usually only come about when there's some type of disruption. Some type of disruption. So as much as we don't like it, we do have to learn to embrace change.
Right. Yes.
And I have another one to share. I'm sorry. You want to say
something? Who else you got?
Oh, I have Miss Winter. Winter said, you need to have wait a minute, let me rephrase that. She said 3 to 6 months emergency savings is no longer safe. This pandemic showed me we need a savings to cover well over a year. And when I read Miss Winter's statement, I was like, yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We thought those 3 to 6 months was something, but you need a year's worth of savings. At least a year.
Listen. Because, things don't stop. Mm-hmm. While the economy may shut down, guess what? That running water that you spoke of, Mendel, they still want to get paid. Mm-hmm. These lights that are powering all these things, they still have to get paid. And you cannot count on a one-time gift from your government to get you by. Misha, don't laugh. It's a gift. It was a gift. I'm going to say this on air. So we're live. On air. Had a very interesting conversation with my cousins. Shout out to my cousins. Hey, y'all, and my sisters, because they were on there too. Hey, sisters. And we were talking about investing and the idea of the 3 to 6 month savings and how we need to take that and turn that into investments. And so a whole other episode, but just a different way of thinking about the 3 to 6 months or the year's worth of savings. We'll have to do an episode on investing because it's a whole other thing.
Yes. Yeah. Saving is big. Mm-hmm. Saving is big. I preach saving. Yes. Investing. Yeah. It's next level, but
yeah, we got to start
when things come up. And things will come up. You want to have something. Yes, you want to have something.
It is life. Yes.
That was a big lesson. I hope.
Yes.
For people this year.
Well, let's see, what else do I have? Let's go with Morris. Hi, Morris. Morris said the lesson he learned this year is family is the most important thing. He says God first and then family. He said the pandemic took a lot from him, and that this year has been one for the history books. So I think the pandemic forced a lot of people to reprioritize. Is what I think Morris is saying here. Reprioritizing is, a lot of people, I gotta work, I gotta get this money, provide this life, and then all of a sudden, if life is taken from you, you worked, you did all of this, and now what is there? What is there? So yeah, that reprioritizing, that looking at, what's important. I got my kids outside more during this pandemic. I know we were supposed to stay inside, but we were outside. Let's go in the backyard. Let's kick around a ball. Let's ride bikes. I started riding a bike during this pandemic, like just getting people out and spending time with each other was a big thing for us.
Yeah. Think of how many people are starting this new year without family members.
Man.
So Morris is right. Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Because a lot of people lost people unexpectedly.
Yes.
And you didn't know that was your last time seeing them. You didn't know.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
Very.
Thank you, Morris.
Yes.
Thank you, Morris.
And then I have Miss Haven. Haven said, oddly, this quarantine has made me smaller. I'm more anxious, afraid, and depressed than I've ever been.
Wow. Wow.
So I was like, you know what? At the beginning of the pandemic, I felt all of that. I felt all of that. More anxious, more depressed. I didn't get out, didn't talk to a lot of people. I felt all of that at the beginning of the pandemic. But you have to find ways to change the situation. I did a lot more Zoom calls with my family, a lot more reaching out to my siblings and talking with them, checking on them. Just a lot. You had to find new ways to interact when you couldn't go physically see them.
Yeah. And I will say, as educators, we dealt with that anxiety a lot with our kids. Just think about, young children, teenagers. This was it freaked out adults. So imagine what it was doing to the children. So having to go into this uncertain situation where you're told you can't go outside because there's this deadly virus, it's something you see in movies. And usually in movies, it goes horribly wrong before the hero comes in and saves everything. So I can see that anxiety building up in people, and it was and still is, because we're still facing, this uncertainty. But Misha, I'm with you, just trying to make connections with people, reaching out, even if it's to express how anxious you're feeling or your sadness, but just reaching out and sharing was really important for me. Like I heard you say, Misha, with Zoom calls with your family and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important too, as I mentioned a little bit ago, to consider what you do have. Consider the good because you do have something to be thankful for. Depression and anxiety, those things start with thoughts. It's usually thoughts about what if and things that you're lacking. So if you start thinking, and start counting the things that you do have.
Yes.
I think that's something I'm hoping that listener will take into 2021, because I'm willing to wager that she has some things to be thankful for. So
yes.
And Miss Heaven also said, sometimes you just need to be still.
Mm.
And when I asked her to expand on that, she said, just when you don't know what's next, you don't know what's going to happen, just be still and be in the moment and not worry so much about what's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was a good
there
lesson
you
for
go.
2020.
That's the lesson. Because I was going to ask you, well, what was the lesson? What was the lesson? Yeah. That was the lesson for the whole world. The whole world had to take a time out.
Yes.
The whole world just
Moment.
had to take a time out. So yeah.
And it's okay. I think we miss a lot of the moment because we're trying to do other things. We're trying to take a picture of it. We're trying to live stream. No, just enjoy the moment. You know, spending time, like I told you, with my family. I don't have pictures of a lot of it because put the phone down and let's just go. Let's just enjoy whatever it is we're going to do and let the memory last in our mind. But, you know, it takes something away if now I have to pull out my phone and now we got to pose and, you know, do this. And no, now I'm not enjoying the moment. Now I'm trying to make something happen. So being present in your moment is important. Because sometimes you miss it by trying to tell everybody that you're having the moment. You actually miss the moment itself. Thank you, Hev. Let's see. We have Kamisha. Kamisha says that she has learned, and this goes back to one that you mentioned as well, Misha. She's just learned to go for it. So Kamisha's been wanting to start her own business for the longest time and just never did it. She never went for it. So she said in 2020, she decided to go for it and she started a candle business. Just to her surprise, it's going better than she could imagine. She said it has made her faith 10 times stronger. So her lesson is that she learned to believe in herself.
Love it.
Go, Misha. Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Nice.
And to me, that's a big lesson. You know, a lot of people don't think they can do it. And what is it, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So once you believe in yourself, just do it. Just go for it, whatever it is, but don't sit back and question yourself. You know, we doubt ourselves a lot. At least I know I doubt myself, and I don't always go for the things I want to go for because of that. So, yeah.
I love that she said it made her faith 10 times stronger.
Yep.
I'm so happy for Kamisha and her new business.
Yes. And I did order a candle and it smells great.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We have to share that offline. Share that with me.
Yes, I sure will. Yes. But it's also, I'm sorry, Misha, one of those things where is a lot of times, like let's take Kamisha, for instance, with wanting to start a candle business. You know, there are lots of people who sell candles out there. So she could have easily said, it's 32 other people selling candles. Why do I need to sell candles? Don't do that to yourself. Yes, there are 32 people selling candles. Be 33. It's okay because your candles are different from the other 32. Why are they different? Because they're yours. Do it. It's okay that someone else has that business, but they don't have you. Put your spin and your twist and your ideas out there. Don't let the fact that it's already been done. I mean, look at grocery stores. We have more than one grocery store and they kind of all sell the same thing, food. That's all I'm saying. That's my little tidbit.
Love it.
Jump.
I have Megan. Megan said, do what you feel called to do and do it well.
Mm.
And so we've had several people have said the same thing. She said, your purpose and happiness is revealed in being your true self.
Come on.
And then the next one, her last point was, the world needs your light. Don't dim that for anyone. Can we curse on here? So she said, don't dim that for anyone.
Come on, Megan.
So I'm with you, Megan.
Megan said a mouthful there.
Yes.
Your purpose and happiness is revealed in being your true self.
Mm-hmm.
Man. A lot of folks around here don't know who they are and wonder why they're not happy, Mendel.
Mm-hmm. They're putting on this persona of who they not.
Trying to keep up with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another episode. Not the 2020 lessons learned episode, no. Mendel. We're just going, okay. Yes, and don't dim your light. Give them shades. If it's too bright, give them some shades. Don't dim your light, people. We were all given a light to shine bright. Don't dim it. Mendel, don't dim your light.
No intentions.
Come on, friend. Come on, I stay with shades around you with your bright light. Come on, Mendel. Bright lights, yes.
No intentions.
I have one more, Kia. Do you have another one?
I do have one more. I have one more from Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
See. Brian says he's learned a lot of lessons about himself this year, though. The biggest one is to take time for himself and his family. Life is way too short to get wrapped up in his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's missed too many family functions. And now, Misha, like you were saying, some of those family members are not here. He said in 2021, he will learn to have a life and work balance. Come on, Brian. That hits, I'm sure that hits a whole lot of people. Because you, like we said, I'll make it to the next one, or I'll see her next time, or somebody calls on the phone, or I'll talk to them tomorrow. And tomorrow doesn't come. Next time doesn't come. So yes, Brian, balance, reprioritize.
Yes.
Come on. Put those babies first, Brian.
And I like him. He said he's going to try to get a better work-family balance. I think you have to. I think that's what 2020 made us realize. We were working so hard and not I want to say focusing on our family, but not giving our family enough of ourselves.
Yep. It's I work so hard so that my family can have all of these things. Sometimes all your family needs is you. I'm not telling anybody to quit their job and stay home with their family. Please understand that's not what I'm saying. I am saying that sometimes all your family needs is you. They don't need the newest pair of sneakers or cell phone or gaming console. It's for my children who are upstairs. Sometimes all they need is you. Yeah. Thank you, Brian.
Yes, Brian, thanks. And my last comment comes from Miss Punky. That was her real name. She said, mental stability is very important. we can be fine physically and financially, but we aren't good mentally. We will suffer and it'll affect all those around us.
Come on.
So she said that she found that she had to get mentally fit. So she talked to someone, she's doing different things to get her mental fix. And she has some great steps, like we shared like stress relieving activities with each other.
Okay.
And I'm like, yes, Miss Punky, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what I needed during this 2020.
Mm-hmm. So some people were quarantined with family. Some people were quarantined by themselves, and spending some time with yourself, you kind of get to know yourself. And yeah, if you need some other help out there, there are places, people you can reach out to, because like Punky said, you can be physically fit, all your bills can be set on what is it, automatic bill pay. Everything is great, but if what's going on inside, if your mental is not okay, all of that means little to nothing. Yeah.
Agreed. We talked about that some this year.
Yes.
Podcast. Yeah.
We sure did. We sure did. The importance of that mental health. So it goes back to, I think we said, being there for others. If you can't take care of yourself, if you haven't made sure you're okay, you don't have time to worry about anybody else. At least you shouldn't be. Yeah, 2020, y'all.
Yes. Those were the lessons for 2020 from our villagers.
Chase your dreams, reprioritize, take care of yourself, your mental health, your physical health.
Remember to save.
I'm gonna say stack your coins.
Yes.
Stack your coins. Spend time with the people you love. Be present in that moment. You don't have to tell and show and share with everybody that you have had time with these loved ones. You all will know. And that's what's important, that you all know. I hope that we are all coming out of 2020 a little wiser. I'm sure lessons have been learned on some level by most of us. So hopefully we'll take some heed to those lessons. Maybe not. Maybe we'll continue to stand in line for gaming consoles and the next shoe that's coming out. Yeah. Some of us will, some of us won't. Time will tell. Yes, it will, Mendel.
Time will tell.
But you know what, Village? We will be here to remind you. We will be here. Bet your bottom dollar. Is that a saying? Did I make that up?
I think that's a lyric. I think it's a song lyric.
I think it is. Well, what song is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've heard it before.
It might not be an appropriate lyric that comes next. So I'm not even going to try and remember what comes next, because it might not be what we need to say here on The Village. So I will say it's great hearing from our village.
Yes.
I think this was our first time really kind of just giving the episode to you all and highlighting what you've had to say. I hope that this will inspire some of you to interact with us more. If you are listening on the podcast, whatever podcasting system that you use, visit our website. Misha, I'm sorry, I'm stealing your, I'm stealing your
That's okay. Go ahead.
Visit our website, thevillagepodcast.com, and you can send us a message. If you are watching us on YouTube, you can drop down in our comments and leave us a comment. We definitely read the comments, and we're happy and love those that we've heard. If you are in our Facebook group, leave us a comment there. We're very active in our Facebook group. We interact with all of our villagers there. So we would love to continue to hear from you all in 2021 as we continue to grow and to bring you topics that are near and dear to us and that we hope will help you.
Yeah, we have to do this again.
Yes, we do.
I like hearing from listeners. We have to do it again.
Yes, definitely.
And just to add on with that, Kia, I'm just going to go ahead and drop some website information for you. The podcast is thevillagepodcast.com.
Yes.
The Facebook group is The Real Village Podcast. And our YouTube channel is The Real Village Podcast. So please feel free to join, like, and see us in all three forms.
I know that's right. We're there.
Yes.
We don't have someone else running our social media. We run our social media. So if you say something and you get a response, it's from us.
Yes.
It is from us. So your charge, we have to leave you with a charge. Your charge is to take a lesson that you learned from 2020 or one that you've heard here and apply it in 2021. We want everyone to grow and to get better. So you may have heard something here that you would like to apply, or you may have your own lesson that you want to apply in 2021. That is your charge. Apply it.
Love it.
Yes. So,
yes.
With that being said, Village
out.
Boom, boom.